Hey y'all, Katie here, and welcome to Make Dollars Make Sense, the podcast that helps you teach your child financial literacy. Catch us here once per month on your favorite podcast platform. Just do a quick search for MOMnation Talk Radio. Enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Make Dollars Make Sense. Sonya, you look so festive.
It's Christmas almost. Thanksgiving first, then Christmas. But yeah, my favorite time of the year, but most expensive. That's why we're here.
Yes, that's why we're here to talk about how you can save for the upcoming holidays. That's the topic, right?
Yeah. There's so many savings that are around, and it's crazy because as I was doing, before these shows, we go and we do like some research because everything changes every year. So I don't want to tell you, oh yeah, this is having this still, and then you guys go and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Savvy Sonya was wrong. So
not so savvy, are you, Sonya?
No, so that's why I want to keep up to date on everything, and things change weekly. So a lot of these are broad, but there's so many great things. And I want to start with Thanksgiving because obviously that's coming up next week, and I can't believe it's already the middle of November.
I know, and I feel so weird because I'm in a tank top and it's like November 15th, but we're in Phoenix, Arizona. For those of you who might be in other areas of the country that are like, where's your sweater? We don't need one. I think in the next couple of days, we're going to start needing one, but it's been pretty warm lately. So anyway.
Yeah. So every morning before I get my toddler dressed, I always say, okay, should I put pants or shorts on him? So I always ask, what's the weather like today to my Alexa thing. Hopefully it doesn't go off. But anyways, I always ask. And today I said the high was 86. And I'm like, why? Why is it?
But it's so Thanksgiving.
Warm? Yeah. So, I hope it doesn't get to it because I'm hosting Thanksgiving next week. And so there's a lot of things we're eating outside. And so I want to make sure, I hope it's not too hot because that just wouldn't be comfortable. But yeah. So anywho, to get onto some of the savings. So one of the things that we did this year, it's kind of late for you guys to do it now, but just something to keep a lookout for next year is MOMnation always does this awesome Thanksgiving food giveaway help
a drive. Yeah,
thank you. Like, what was it
for those that need a little bit of assistance, need a little bit of help getting their Thanksgiving dinner together? I love the drive. So this year, in 2023, November 2023 is when this video is being recorded. We raised $725 and we were able to help 18 families. So pretty awesome.
It's huge. Yeah, it's huge. And to all of those families, it's monumental because then instead of spending all this money where they didn't have, then they could maybe buy a few more Christmas presents or pay their rent or pay their utilities because, inflation is ridiculous right now. So you just, it's every penny counts. So look out for that next year. And then, but you could do, it's a cool thing for sponsoring, or you could either put yourself in to receive that or nominate somebody else. And then if you're a small business, then you can help out and it's your giving for Thanksgiving. So that's something that if you're a small business, you want to sponsor that, you could definitely do that, which is a great thing that we love helping our small businesses.
For sure. Big priority of ours. And the majority of our sponsors are small businesses. So I'm glad that you brought that up. But we have had a few members that are either stay-at-home mamas or whatever the case, and they're, in a good position. And so they're wanting to give back. So that's really, really sweet to see too.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So a couple of other things for saving for Thanksgiving is not to get all fancy. This was hard for me. Holidays are not my best savvy Sonya moments.
Savvy Sonya splurge during the holidays.
I'm savvy the rest of the year so I could be splurge Sonya at the end. But the thing that I do, because I'm a very creative person, is I love these Pinterest appetizers and all these sides and stuff. But if you want to save money, don't get fancy. Do just do the basics. Your mashed potatoes, green beans, cranberries, turkey. You don't need 10 different things because most people in the real world, they have these leftovers, they forget to freeze them, then they go bad, and then it's just wasteful. So don't get fancy. You don't need all that, even though it looks good, but it'll take more time away from, the events of having family over and spending time together. Then everybody it's just all around saves money, saves sanity. So keep it simple.
Totally
And then,
agree. And one
yeah.
thing, maybe I hope this isn't on your list because then I'll be kind of skipping ahead. So
No,
sorry. But one thing that I know that we have here in the Phoenix area is there are locations that you can go to. It's a certain day a month. And there are a few around the valley where you can get large amounts of produce for significantly less. And now you might get, 20 pounds of potatoes, just using that as an example, but it's going to cost you pennies on the dollar. And, a lot of times you can use that in your holiday celebrations as side dishes. So is that something that you've done in the past?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And another thing that too to look out for is like, what's one of them? Sprouts. So Sprouts does these double what are they called? Double weeks or something like that, where you can double up on coupons from whatever the previous week's promotions to like the current weeks.
Nice.
So like look for those, and you don't have to. So some people want to save time instead of money, and they just like, let's just all go to Fry's or all go to Costco, but you don't need 30 onions. Like you don't need to go to Costco for all of that. So if you look at all that, just take some time, look at some of the ads. They're all online nowadays, so you don't have to like, hop to all the stores to get these ads, and then figure out this is cheaper here, this is having a deal on turkey, and things like that. If you kind of diversify with the stores, then you can find good deals.
Totally agree. And you know what I love too about many of the stores now is you can cut the coupon within their app. I know Fry's does this. Yeah. And then you can save it in the app so that when you go to the register and you give them your card or give them your number and they access your account, then it will apply those coupons that you have saved in your app.
Yes. Yeah. It's and what I use that all the time. Like every time I go to Fry's, I'm always using that. Yeah. And another thing too is I know a lot of people, because the stores, they got bonkers a day before Christmas and 2 days before, or not Christmas, Thanksgiving, get super crazy. So a lot of people are doing the very convenient Instacart or, those sort of things.
Yes.
Which is great, but make sure to watch out and look at the prices, because a lot of people don't know that service fee for Instacart, they think that that's the only extra that they're paying. And that's like, oh, woohoo, the extra service fee plus a little bit of tip, but it's not. Sometimes you'll see something for like $2 in store, and then it's like $3 in, for Instacart, or like $2.75. And even though, yeah, that's $1 or 75 cents, it adds up if you're buying all those ingredients for Thanksgiving. So convenience is, some people like to pay for convenience, but if you're really pinching pennies, try not to use those services. Just try to go in really early or really late to get all of your stuff from the store.
Totally agree.
Yeah. A couple great things, or not great things, great places. Like there's like Aldi, Winco. Like we already went over coupons.
Speaking of Winco, right now, if you spend $125, you get a free turkey.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's really good. I love that advice to look at these different and see what they're offering for incentives.
Yeah. And there's things too, like, and you have like at Winco and Fry's, they all have like, their store brands, like Kroger. There's a lot of things that you can buy store brand to save. Instead of paying $2 for, a can of something, you could pay $1, or, there's certain things like I won't buy Kroger cream cheese. It really does taste completely different than Philadelphia. There's certain things that I won't buy the store, but 90% of the things taste exactly the same. Mostly if you're mixing a bunch of ingredients together, just buy the store brand.
Totally agree.
There's this other thing that when I was doing my research, and I didn't have a chance to sign up for it, but I saw a lot of social media pushes for it. It's an app called Ibotta. It's IBOTTA. And I guess what they do is they partner with a bunch of grocery stores, and you get these crazy discounted coupons on things. And sometimes they give out free turkeys. So if you have TikTok or Instagram, just type in the search bar Ibotta. I don't have experience with it, but I saw it mentioned like 30 times. So just in case, we type that in there, and then you guys can maybe try it out and then let us know how that works.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because I have no idea, but I saw tons of people pushing that. And then we went over another thing to save too is to freeze your leftovers immediately. Because if you don't, you'll forget and
100%.
freeze them. So that was another thing that I was going to say, but I totally forgot. If your family is fine with it, another great thing to do, and we've done this twice, is celebrate a day or two after. So that Friday or Saturday, because stores have an oversupply of all their pies, everything, and everything is crazy discounted. So like celebrate on Friday. And that'll be, you'll save a ton of money.
I love that idea because the kiddos are off anyway.
Yeah.
So take Thursday, and isn't there always a football game on Thanksgiving Day? So
there is.
Right. So sit back, watch a football game, and then go clean up at the stores after and take advantage of all the sales and do your dinner the next day. That's a great idea.
Yeah. And I mean, because I wouldn't say, I mean, it's obviously it's a holiday for a reason, but it's one of those holidays, you can move it. It's not going to kill anybody. So there's that. And then, like I said, I'm hosting this year. So I go all crazy whenever I host. But when I go all crazy, I can validate that craziness by going to like Dollar Tree has cutest little things. Like I bought like this big bag of like these little pumpkins, these little like foam pumpkins that are painted in it. And then this burlap roll that I'm doing it like family. I'm having 3 tables put together and make it a really long table.
Cute.
And then you could use Dollar Tree, like the cheap tablecloths and that kind of stuff. And you could like have a beautiful setting for super cheap and it'll look like you're, a nice 5-star restaurant. So Pinterest stuff. It's my favorite thing.
Pinterest is a great social media site. I say it's a social media site because it does social media things. But I love Pinterest. I'm on it all the time.
Yeah, for any decor things. And then like I've been going to TikTok a lot lately too. Like I'll put like Thanksgiving table decor in the search bar and it'll show people doing like some of the things are crazy extravagant. Like I'm not going to buy 18 crystal candle holders.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But some of the things are really cool. So, and you could find equivalent of those at like Hobby Lobby right now. Christmas and Thanksgiving decor is 50% off.
Nice.
So, and I bought a bunch of their stuff. So their stuff is nice because a lot of their stuff is really good quality and you could use it the next year too. So that's for Thanksgiving. And then Christmas. So this is an important one. And we've gone over some of the savings that what you should do, but what majority of people don't do. I've always advocated for starting super early in the year and just either saving money up or throughout the year, just kind of sporadically buying presents here and there, hide them somewhere. And then you can, at the end of the year, you have everything already. Sometimes that doesn't work for some kids because,
they grow.
Yeah, they grow. And sometimes in the beginning of the year, they love dinosaurs. At the end of the year, they love Pokemon. We don't know. So, but
so
for
true.
other little things, you can kind of stock up on, or throw money into a savings account. You could do those cash out envelopes. I know that we addressed on another show, to save up for. And I know people that save a few grand at the end of the year, then it's not such a huge surprise. So there's that, but it's November. So for those of us who have not done that, there's a few different things, and I'm going to share my screen for just 2 little pages. While
you're doing that, I just want to announce that MOMnation has a big Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale coming up. Is that something that you're going to share? Okay, yes. I'm skipping ahead. Okay, mouth shut.
So here, let me go to that tab. That was the first thing I was gonna share was, so this is our Black Friday shop and save market. This is really cool. So this isn't like your like stores and stuff. What this is, here, I'll click on it. What this is, so it's an event that we're having, and it says all the description here. I'm not gonna read all of it because it's a lot of information.
It's lengthy,
but pretty much you could shop through, and it was only posted 6 hours ago, so there's not so much activity on here right now, but it's going to pick up some steam. You could shop through our local vendors or local like small businesses. And if you're a mom that has a small business, you could post like right here. Miss Sarah Pitcher has, all of this Black Friday sale stuff that she has going on, $50 off new and reactivating clients. So things like that. So if you have a deal that you're trying to promote, throw it on here. And then if you want to wait a few days, and you can see what's on here, or they're going to be going, Katie and Ashley. Is it you and Ashley that's doing this?
Yeah.
Live?
So the live. So yeah, on Monday, this coming Monday, we will be live going over what's on, what has been put in this event, because we're opening it up to small business, local small business owners, or even small business owners that aren't necessarily local, but they're affiliated with MOMnation. Maybe they have the ability to ship products and whatnot, right? So it doesn't necessarily need to be a physical local space here. But then we have the marketplace as well that is going to be running some pretty big sales. And that's going to be tied up in this. We're going to talk about it during that live also.
Perfect. Oh, there was one thing. I exited it. Let me do it again. I'm going to go back to our Direct Me page because it is awesome for one other thing I wanted to show you. So we have this 8th annual Christmas Adopt. So you could nominate yourself or anybody, anybody else that you think should be nominated for anybody that needs help on Christmas. It's our 8th year. We've done, how many families did we do last year?
So we typically do 5 a year. One year we did 6. So at the end of this year, if we only end up doing 5 this year, if we get more donations, we will add another family. But if we only end up doing 5, it'll be 41 families that we have helped. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's super awesome. And if you're a small business and you want to help with this, you could shoot us a message and see if they fill up pretty quick. But if you have that giving itch and you want to help out, for next year, let us know. And we're all about wanting to help other people help. So this is an amazing thing that we do. I was in Washington for a couple of years and I did this one year. We were a really small group, so we helped one family and she was so grateful and amazing. She was so well deserving and it was just amazing how that helped her. So so there's that. And then another thing, the first thing on my list, so go to blackfriday.com. This website is amazing. It shows every store in their Black Friday ad. So I just want to give you a quick look at that.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, instead of like Googling Home Depots, Lowe's, or Walmart's, or even Amazon's on here, Costco. Right. So, and it's super easy to remember that, blackfriday.com, and you can search through that. But yeah, so those are the screen shares I wanted to share with you. But there's a couple other little things that I wrote on here, so I'm going to read from here just because I forget sometimes. Target Circle. If you're not part of Target Circle, I just recently joined. It's amazing. Right now you can get 25% off of toys. That's what they're current as of today, November 15th of 2023. They are 25% off. Disclaimer there. But they always have really cool things on Target Circle throughout the whole year. Like I said, if you wanted to start by next year, just redoing this again and not just getting everything at the last minute. Another thing with Target, if you get their red card, it could either be their red card credit card, which a lot of people are hesitant about getting credit cards, but I was too. So instead they have this really cool thing. It's called a red card debit card, and it links to your current checking account. And every time you buy anything at Target, you use your red card, which is like using your debit card, and you get 5% off. So, and you could stack those. So this Target Circle thing is 25% off plus another of the toys plus 5% off as well. So nice. Yeah, so they're really cool for doing that. Like I went to Disneyland a couple weeks ago and I bought Disneyland Disneyland gift cards from Target and got 5% off there. And then I used those gift cards to buy my Disneyland tickets.
Oh, nice. Good idea.
Yeah. So that just something for, any birthdays or anything. That Target Circle is awesome. And then for like decor, I'm a huge decor person. So when you buy decor, you could buy, try whenever you're buying things to buy things that store well and that could be used for a while. Agreed. I've seen things that are like cost $2 that can last for 10 years, just how you store them. because if you reuse and you don't, try to keep up with the Joneses and every different trend, you'll save so much money on decor. And there's decor that's timeless, that, your reds, your greens, your whites.
Yep.
That you could reuse. Like, we have tons of stuff. Like, for example, a lot of people do, like, for their Christmas trees, they buy new of those, the Christmas balls to decorate every year. Well, my husband had this really great thing with his family, that his mom used to go out every year, and she had 3 kids. So every one of the kids and her, and then his dad, when they were together, would go to Hallmark and buy 2 or 3 Christmas ornaments that reflected that year. And so they would buy, and so they have huge, like, she's like hundreds she had hundreds of ornaments. And so when she passed away, it got spread through all 3 kids. So we already started off with a ton of ornaments, and then we started that tradition with our kids. So we just go out and buy those ornaments for our kids every year from Hallmark. We have them pick out 2 of them. And then we just and then everything's all right. We don't buy any of that other stuff. We just put lights and those ornaments. But when you reuse, you save, and it's sentimental. So, that kind of stuff. Like I already mentioned, Dollar Tree has some super cute things. Five Below is amazing for decor and stuffers.
Yeah.
So have you ever been to Five Below?
Yes.
It's amazing. Like,
yes.
Also, I know I keep talking about, well, not keep, but I mentioned Disney. If you are ever going to Disneyland to go see, like, all the Christmas stuff, I know a lot of people try to go there during this time. They have Disney shirts there that are like $5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you in there for all ages, and it's on, like, the way back wall. I know Tempe Marketplace, they have some. So they have a bunch of different stuff in there for stocking stuffers and decor and stuff. Another thing, if you have a huge family, what we do to save money, because there's 6 living brothers and sisters. Well, I'm one, so I have to buy for 5 siblings. And so instead of buying for 5 siblings, because you want to buy something that's meaningful, you don't want to buy them cheap junk and not work. Instead, we just either do a white elephant or a Secret Santa. So we just put a cap on it, like $50. And then instead of buying 6, I buy 1. So, and then what else do we do? Experiences are great. MOMnation, if you go on our Direct Me page, make sure to subscribe so that you guys can see all the updates that we do. But we have our Pogo Pass code. Those are great presents.
PogoPass.com, code MOMnation.
There you
50% off the pass.
Yeah, and it's a great gift. It's easy to buy online, print it out, put it in an envelope. There you go. You're good. And a lot of parents love that. So experiences are great.
Absolutely. And you get a lot of bang for your buck there. Like, some places you can go multiple times, and it doesn't, until you activate it, like, say you are the one that is receiving that gift, until you activate it, the clock isn't ticking, because it is a 1-year pass. So that's kind of nice too, because whomever is getting it for you can get it kind of early, whatever, because Pogo Pass has additional sales also. So not only is it 50% off, but you can get like an additional $5 off, usually is what it is. I might have seen 10 one year, depending. But if you watch that and hop in on that sale, then it doesn't impact the amount of time they have to use it, because they still have to activate it, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. And it's a good price. It's great to get if you want to even, get it for your kids, then you can save not only on their present, on, a present for them, but then you save throughout the whole year on taking them to do all these fun activities. So Pogo Passes are amazing. There's also like a zoo membership. I know Pogo Pass has like 1 or 2 visits to the zoo, but there's other like places, like I think the Idea Museum, and like there's a children's museum. They all have cool little things, but those are cool gifts to give, because I know, quirky, dumb as it sounds, it's the gift that keeps on giving. So
it's true though.
Yeah. So
and who needs more stuff? I mean, let's have experiences. Let's, make memories with our family.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because I know I would rather get a Pogo Pass for my kids than, like, Austin has like 20 Nerf guns.
Right.
And everybody, and he asks for one every year. He makes a Christmas list, and we send it to like our family, so that it's easy for them, not to be demanding, but just so it's easy for them. And it's just easier. So he always puts Nerf gun on there. And I'm like, you you don't need any more. You have enough. The baby eats your bullets. I don't like it. So
Yeah, right.
it's, those kind of things. Another thing that was really cool that I saw when I was doing my research on all of this is even though I talk about these savings, sometimes these savings aren't enough. And sometimes you just need a bigger boost. And when I was doing my research on these, and there was so many different websites to go look at, but I was overwhelmed by not only Thanksgiving, but Christmas help there is for needy families here in Arizona.
There is.
Blown away. Like there's Salvation Army, St. Vincent de Paul, Toys for Tots, St. Mary's Food Bank. And those are 4 of them there was like 30 different places. Yeah. Just in like Maricopa County that give like free help to people. And sometimes, lines get long and stuff, but there's a lot of help for people that even, like I said, these savings might not be enough for you. There's so much help out there from so many different places. And that was really good to see for, Thanksgiving dinners or for, toys for your kids right now with like what I see in our group and people struggling, and it's really tough. And I'm sure it's really hard to know that you're struggling to pay rent, and then there's birthdays and Christmas, and then you have to choose between paying rent, which is obviously going to be your choice. Then your kids aren't going to have, they're not going to have their toys, and then they're going to get to school and everybody's going to be bragging, and then they're going to feel bad. And then, so there's help out there, but you do have to look for it. So look for the help. Google is best friend. And so just Google free whatever or help for, needy families for this. So there's that. And then also it's a great time to, if you have more, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess blessed, if you're blessed with
more to give.
If you have more to give, try to donate, your time, and you can, humble your kids. And I took my daughter to do Feed My Starving Children. Me and my sister sometimes do the where we go to, I forgot which one it was, Hope something for the to give out food. So there's things that you could do out there that aren't necessarily just like, giving people cash to help them out, but where you actually know where your money and your time is going. There's a lot of places that you could help. So I thought that was really cool.
Totally love that. And I totally agree, because when we all come together and rise up and support one another, that's when magic happens on an exponential level. So I'm really glad that you said that.
Yeah. And another thing to mention on, not just, I know this is a saving money thing, but if you see anybody, like I always try to, during this time of year, I smile a lot. Everybody I pass, I smile, I wave. So that towards the end of the year is, for anybody who suffers from depression, is the highest rate for suicide is towards the end of the year, because this is family time, the holidays. And when you don't have family, when you've lost family, when you've made mistakes in your life where that's non-existent, or you're on hard times, it's rough. So smiles can go a long way. So just make sure to spread that holiday cheer and make people happy, because that's, right now, the way that everything is, there's a lot to be sad about, but there's also a lot to be happy about. So that's why I like the holidays.
Agreed. Me too. So. I feel the same way, and obviously that goes for non-holiday season too, but what you're saying makes a lot of sense, and it's statistically proven. So thank you for doing that. And thank you for saying that. Thank you for being here, savvy, sometimes splurgy Sonya.
If my husband watches this, he's like, you need to implement some of these, man. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I save it other times of the year, but I just, we're a huge holiday family. Like my husband grew up with tons of, like, his mom was crazy with holidays, where like, just crazy with holidays. Like, I thought that I decorated awesome for Halloween, and he's like, man, we really slacked this Halloween. I'm like, what? Okay.
You have big shoes to fill.
Yeah. So, so whenever he gets upset about, my Target and Hobby Lobby trips, well, that's his fault.
Yeah, that's all his fault.
So.
Awesome. Well, this was action-packed and had a lot of information. Thank you so much, Sonya, once again, for being here with us every month and for sharing your tips and tricks. And hopefully it is helping you mamas out there save a little bit of dough because we know we can all use that this time of year. If you want to check out any of our previous episodes, hop over to our YouTube channel. It is at MOMnation USA. Quickly just scroll down a little bit. You will see the Make Dollars Make Sense playlist, and then you can catch all of our previous episodes. We do share a lot of tips. And again, we are here every month. If you are more of the podcast type, then hop on over to your favorite podcast platform, do a quick search for MOMnation Talk Radio, and there you will have access to all of our episodes. Do the notification, the like, the download, all the things, and we will see you next month. Thank you so much, Sonya.
Bye.
Bye.